Hi guys, we are in the middle of an Irish heat wave, and if you're not from around here, that basically means it's over 68 degrees Fahrenheit or 20 degrees Celsius. And let me tell you, nobody knows what to do in this weather, including my skin. Normally, I don't change up my skincare routine too dramatically between the seasons because it feels like we don't get that many seasons. But when the temperature really starts to climb, my dehydrated, aging skin needs a few tweaks. So in today's video, I'm sharing my summer morning skincare routine. Now, it's pared back for me, though still a bit extra too many, no doubt, and every single product earns its place. So if you're like me in your 40s or 50s dealing with dryness, fine lines, or hyperpigmentation, this might be your new warm weather lineup. Now, I tend to stick pretty close to the same type of products in my routine, but oftentimes the actual brands might change. And before we get started, you probably noticed the flowing hair. But trust me, the mighty fan is working overtime in my non-air conditioned house on the third floor. So starting off with step ones, it is the cleanse. Now, I usually skip cleansing in the morning. I tend to wash my face with water in the shower, but in the summer I need to. So in the shower, I use La Roche-Posay's Toleriane Dermo Cleanser because it removes the sweat and any overnight residue without stripping my skin. This one's minimal. It has glycerin to hydrate, it has ethyl hexyl palmitate to soften the skin, and it has no fragrance or soap. So it's actually perfect for sensitive or compromised skin. It has a lovely, soft, rinse-off lotion texture, and it never leaves my skin tight or squeaky. I think of it as respectful cleansing. It's just enough to refresh, and it also preps my skin for the actives to come. Step 2 is the mist. Once I'm out of the shower, I always go straight in with this. It's Maysalma's Green Rooibos Mist, and it is not just water in a bottle. It is loaded with antioxidants like aspilanthin, which comes from the green rooibos, plus it contains glycerin, oat beta-glucan, and fermented extracts. And there's also ascorbyl glucoside, which is a stable form of vitamin C, which gives an extra layer of antioxidant protection without any irritation. So it hydrates, it soothes, and it adds this sort of dewy base for my next steps, which is especially important because I'm layering serums in the warm weather. I also have an on-the-go option. This is Josh Rosebrook's Hydrating Accelerator. So if I'm misting midday or I'm sitting at my desk, I always reach for this. I have one here, I have one in my bag, and I have one at my desk at work. Now this is aloe-based and it's packed with calming botanicals like turmeric and chamomile and licorice root. Plus it also has oils like marula and evening primrose, which nourishes the skin. This honestly feels like a facial in a bottle, and it has the absolute best mist. Like, it's so soft and lovely. And it helps every other layer absorb even better. I know I talk about it all the time, and there's a reason for that. It's just so nice. Okay, next we're moving on to the serums, and I always have a few that I use. I am a layerer of serums. So step number 3 is vitamin C. Now this is not your average vitamin C. Golden Hour by Educated Mess uses a gold stabilized ascorbic acid complex. So that means it stays potent for longer, which means it doesn't oxidize in the bottle or on your skin. And you also get glutathione, which is a powerful antioxidant, plus lactic and glycolic acids in teeny tiny amounts just to give a little bit of brightening without any irritation. It has fermented fruit extracts that add a soft resurfacing effect, and there's even mica and titanium dioxide for this like sheer glowy finish. So this actually hits all my goals. It brightens, it evens out pigmentation, and it protects my skin. Okay, step number 4 is my peptide serum. This is where things start to get a little spicy. This is called Freeze Frame, which is also by Educated Mess, and this is my morning collagen-boosting, firming, wrinkle-relaxing serum. It has a trio of advanced peptides. So there are some to stimulate collagen, some that are there to mimic Botox, and others that are there to enhance your skin's own natural hyaluronic acid production. So one of them, which is the palmitoyl hexapeptide 52, actually tells your skin to chill out. Less motion, fewer fine lines, if that's what you're looking for. And then it's all delivered in a patented encapsulation system with both glycolic and lactic acids, so the peptides go exactly where they need to go, which is deep into the skin, without any stinging or disrupting the barrier. So this has been in my morning routine now for more than 6 months, and it's not going anywhere. Now, their clinical studies showed pretty incredible results. I've actually become friends with the cosmetic chemist and founder Alex Pageant, and let me tell you, she's a freaking genius. Okay, step number 5. This is all about deep hydration. So right after the peptides, I add in the Hydration Boost Concentrate by Josh Rosebrook. This is a water-based formula full of botanical hyaluronic acid from the cassia seed. It contains glycerin and a load of calming plant extracts. It's like a tall glass of water for my face. And that's essential to keeping everything hydrated and for layering without heaviness. Okay, step number 6. This is the OneSkin OS1 Face Supplement. And it's probably the most questioned or misunderstood of my steps. It's that OneSkin peptide. This product is marketed as a moisturizer, but for me, it's more of my last serum step. So this is powered by their proprietary OS1 peptide, which is proven in studies to reduce skin's biological age by targeting aging cells. They are called senescent cells, and they actually accelerate the aging process. Boo! But this takes care of that and say bye-bye zombie cells. So this is actually science-backed longevity care. Now, I have talked about this peptide for almost 2 years, and this has been in my morning routine for almost a year now, and it is staying there. I'm actually a little afraid to stop using it. But see, on its own, I don't feel that it's hydrating enough for my skin, so I treat this as my last active serum as opposed to my moisturizer. So this is the last thing I do before I seal everything in. Now, step number 7 is my eye cream. And this one is also by OneSkin. It is their OS1 eye supplement. Now, for the record, no one needs an eye cream, except I need an eye cream. And that's all I'm saying on the matter. I'm pretty committed. But this is not your typical eye cream. Now, it uses the same OS1 peptide as the face version, but it has a higher concentration. Plus, it has extras like argireline, CoQ10, and caffeine, which deals with puffiness and fine lines. It's firming around that eye area, but it is never greasy, and there is no milia. This has been my go-to for ages. Okay, step number 8 is my moisturizer. And now this is probably the most frequently swapped category in my routine. You know, I can go heavy one day and I can go lighter the next. It is purely based on how my skin is feeling that day. So in this hot weather, I've been relying on a little bit of the lighter stuff. I've just started using the one by Educated Mess called Sake Balm. Now, let me start by saying I don't normally have so many products from one brand in my routine, but it seems that everything I try from Educated Mess is a winner. And I only started using this gel cream just a few weeks ago when it started to get really hot here, because generally I like a really heavy cream. This one is loaded with fermented extracts, including sake ferment, hence the name. Fun fact, sake ferment actually gained fame because the brewery workers were noted to have really youthful, soft hands from constant contact with fermenting rice. Who knew? It's also packed with humectants and soothing ingredients, but it also has encapsulated peptides. In fact, the same ones that are in freeze frame. It is designed to boost collagen and elasticity while smoothing the skin surface. It actually hydrates like a dream, but doesn't slide off your face when it's hot. And the finish is just, it is chef's kiss. It's plump, it's dewy, and it's not sticky. I actually can't figure out how it's lightweight and moisturizing at the same time. It actually boggles the mind. I don't like a lightweight moisturizer, but I love this product. Okay, and then finishing the whole thing off is step number 9. It is the SPF, it is the sunscreen. Now this is another category that I change often, daily in fact, because I have a huge amount to choose from. I have mineral, chemical, I have combo, I have tinted, I have clear, I have thick, I have thin, you name it, I've got it. But this is one you've definitely seen before on this channel, and that's just because I'm obsessed, and I still am. It is the Beauty of Joseon's Relief Sun, Rice, and Probiotics. This is a chemical sunscreen with modern filters that offer a full spectrum UVA and UVB protection. Plus, it has 30% rice extract, fermented grain probiotics, and niacinamide. This feels like skincare. There's no white cast, there's no pilling. It reapplies like a dream, and it's affordable. And I can now pick this up in Boots, so that means it's local too. This is gentle enough for sensitive skin, and it plays beautifully with anything underneath it. Now they also have a light version, which is great for oily skin and hot weather. I use them both. And then there is one other thing I do. It's not really skin, but it's a part of my morning routine. This is my bonus step. This is my eyelash serum called Spectaculash. I use this both morning and night. It takes 3 seconds to put this on. You just swipe it over the base of your lashes. This one does not contain prostaglandins. There's no irritations. It just contains peptides that promote lash growth. I have used this for years and it works. Now, the downside is if you stop using it, it stops working. So I've just reintroduced this into my routine in the past couple of weeks. I am committed to the cause and it's going to stay there. So guys, that's it. That's my routine. It's actually a much smaller routine than it can be, even though I've just realized there are 9 or 10 steps. But this is the perfect lineup for my mature, thirsty skin that needs a little bit of structure, a lot of support, and just enough glow to feel pulled together. So every layer here has a purpose. You know, cleanse gently, hydrate deeply, treat smartly, and protect fiercely. I would love to know, what are you reaching for this summer? And if you've tried any of these products, I would love to hear your thoughts. And if you found this video helpful, please do give it a like or share it with a fellow skincare nerd. And don't forget to subscribe, particularly if you want more routines, reviews, and skincare that actually works. And don't forget, always reapply that SPF. Thanks for coming today, guys, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye. If that window was not open and this fan was not on, I would be melted. Like
80 movies.